ranking every Marvel Legends Jean Grey action figure from worst to best. Which Jean Grey figure is actually worth your money, and will your favorite make it to number 1?
Well, hey there, sugar. This here is Lenore Zan, aka Rogue of the X-Men. And you are watching some truly unstoppable X-Men content by my friend Drew, aka Tuggernaut Collectibles.
This is my unstoppable top 10 Marvel Legends Jean Grey action figures ever. Number 10, Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey. There's really only one reason to get her to build Sugarman. The silhouette looks nothing like the comic book art, and as a bonus, gummy legs. Her head sculpt was useful for a Rachel Summers costume, but now that Excalibur Phoenix figure exists, let's move on. Number 9, Marvel Legends House of X Jean Grey. The Tri-Sentinel Build-A-Figure wave. Hasbro's early answer to the missing Marvel Girl look, but she fell short. Literally, the shortest version here. It may be comic book accurate in height, but that only matters if she can actually stand on her own, which is a big issue with Legends in heels. At number 8, Phoenix Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. It's all coming back to me now with the classic green Phoenix costume. No accessories, but the most unique celebrity head in Marvel Legends. This is definitely Celine Dion as Jean Grey. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. While the head is questionable, the body is a different story. It's regal and perfectly fits her look from the late 70s Uncanny X-Men comics. At number 7, the Target exclusive X Factor Jean Grey. No boots? No problem. She still looks like Jean from the early X Factor comics. Hasbro included 2 head sculpts and a small TK effect which needed a little help to stay connected to the head. Fans still want more. Not just the missing yellow boots, but the red costume from the 90s Impel trading cards. Still, she's on one of the best female body molds to date, so this isn't a bad Marvel Legends figure. Number 6, another exclusive, a Toys R Us exclusive Dark Phoenix. There's a brighter red Dark Phoenix in the Marvel Legends X-Men Retro Wave, but this 2017 Toys R Us exclusive version is my pick. The colors feel closer to the Jim Lee trading cards, and the gold really pops. Dark Phoenix originally came with 3 heads, but since I got mine loose years later, I only have 2. Even then, she still has the best depowered head, the perfect head replacement for the Celine Dion Phoenix. To this day, this remains my go-to Jean Grey head sculpt whenever I'm putting together a kit bash. In the comments below, would you include her in your top 10 if you have the retro version? Is this one better than the bright red version? Because I know this is where people might start to disagree. At number 5, like Michael Jordan's Bulls, it's a three-peat of exclusives. Black Queen Jean Grey from the SDCC exclusive Hellfire box set. This is Jean Grey in her Hellfire Black Queen outfit, all thanks to Mastermind. Perfect for the Dark Phoenix saga. Part of the SDCC Hellfire box set, so she's hard to get, and even harder to keep her standing with those heels. The solid plastic cape looks great when displayed in the box, adds that dramatic presence, but practically it just fights you. Standing issues, now gummy legs. You do get a Celine head, making this a 2-in-1 figure. Credit to Hasbro, the Black Queen Jean Grey figure respects longtime comic book fans rather than making a kid's toy version of it. At number 4, X-Men 97 Jean Grey Marvel Girl. This is a massive upgrade over the House of X Jean Grey. You get two essential head sculpts, Calm and Battle Mode. That instantly makes the older version obsolete. The new skirt cut actually allows for decent leg movement, even getting her close to a seated pose. If the House of X Jean felt like a static statue, this is Hasbro fixing that problem with a much better articulated body, the Moonstone body. The drawback? She's noticeably taller, moving away from that comic book accurate, shorter stature. Her costume feels more like a premium treatment of the classic look because she has metallic gold instead of the traditional Marvel Girl yellow. It's a nice Silver Age throwback with a modern finish. And from here on, every placement becomes personal. Number 3. The Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Jean Grey. Easily the best Hasbro Jean Grey head sculpts. One ponytail straight out of the 90s X-Men animated series look, and one hair down that works for both comic and X-Men 97. The heads are perfection, but the body isn't. She has a single torso, meaning there is no upper torso swivel. You only get a chance to move her from left to right using a waist swivel. No ab crunch as well. Not only is the articulation limited, but she's shorter again? Hasbro needs to decide, how tall is Jean Elaine Grey? Seems after giving birth to Nathan, she grew a few inches higher. Wait, that was Madeline Pryor. I'm getting things mixed up, just like Hasbro. Kidding aside, when it comes to matching the source material, this is peak head sculpt work. But she feels more like an animated collectible than a definitive Jean Grey for every shelf. The hair design is a dead giveaway. This is a cartoon-based action figure. Since this is the season of X-Men 97, I know ranking her at 3 might upset some people. At number 2, Love Triangle Jean Grey. Years later, Hasbro still hasn't matched the shelf presence of this 90s Jim Lee design. This Marvel Legends Jean Grey is taller than the official 5 feet 6 inches height, but the silhouette is unmistakable. Every part of this figure brought Jim Lee's comic book art into a tangible action figure. I don't know exactly what those rectangular items attached to her legs are, but Hasbro did a great job making them look just as good as the comic book art. I jokingly make fun of her half-open lips facial expression as a supermodel look. Come to think of it, why did Hasbro give Jean kissing lips? It should be Rogue with the kissing lips. Or is this because she comes in a love triangle 3-pack? My main gripe for this figure is that her only accessory is the animated style ponytail head, which honestly doesn't quite work. I never used this ponytail head. It felt like a waste of plastic. Hasbro could have given her some telekinesis effects, a different set of hands, or a different expressive head, one where she isn't asking for a kiss. For a 90s X-Men display, this is still the go-to. Let me know, should this be ranked higher? Is this your definitive Jean Grey? For a lot of collectors, this is the number 1. Finally, the queen of my top 10 Marvel Legends Jean Grey. It is Jean Grey and Phoenix Force. This might feel like cheating, but where else are you getting a Phoenix Force diorama? That alone makes it essential. A non-negotiable pickup for Jean Grey fans or anyone who owns a Phoenix figure, even the Mafex one. At first, I questioned the body. It felt too muscular compared to the Uncanny X-Men 101, where Jean looks more regal and effortless, just like the outdated Marvel Legend Celine Dion Phoenix body. But Hasbro gave the Queen their most modern and best articulated body. two key head sculpts here. The smiling sideswept hair looked goofy at first, but it's actually a Toy Biz homage and it nails that look. I've come around it. The powered up Phoenix looks the part perfectly with that inkjet printed details and that angry hairstyle. This Marvel Legends Jean Grey and Phoenix Force is Hasbro at their absolute peak. This isn't just the best modern Jean Grey, this is the first time Hasbro made her feel truly premium. Most collectors would put the Marvel Legends Love Triangle Jean Grey at number 1. So did I get this completely wrong? Let me know in the comments below. I did not include the Mafex Jean Grey and Mafex Phoenix because they have more accessories and head sculpts. If you would include them in this top 10, where would you rank them? This is part of my X-Men series celebrating X-Men 97 Season 2. So hope you check out the playlist for more of this. And if you want deep dive reviews of the Jean Grey action figures featured here, I created the playlist link on the top right corner of your screen. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this ranking, fire off that hype button. And while you're there, click that like button, subscribe, and share this with our fellow X-Men fans. I'll see you in the next one.